Today is October 14th, 23. Okay, last night, some guy with a foreign accent was out talking to somebody. I've been watching all this. It's not funny he pulled this here. Okay? He was outside my apartment talking real loud. I've been watching all this. Okay? I had some guy say that today too. It's not funny he pulled it here. While outside my clients, a riffraff was out screaming crazy crap. I walk out to my car, some guy pulls up and is screaming at him. None of this is funny. He ran off with another woman and married her. Nobody say a word. None of this is funny. See, where my ex was dating retired Judge Pete's daughter, Michelle. Even though they broke up, apparently, maybe hookups or whatever still, her friends thought they were helping out destroying me for her to get that house in Drury. He married somebody who's Filipino or Indian or something like that. It's over in Tokyo. Got enough money from the drug cartel to have a big honeymoon in Tokyo, still over there. So if they don't know he went to Tokyo, you do realize he had to apply for a passport, right? Why weren't they watching him? He's had to be over there for a while to get a wedding. You can't just get a marriage license. You got to be over there so long. See what I mean? He's got an expensive suit on. We couldn't afford any of that. Do you know my ex was so arrogant? Okay, we were married 33 years with buying a $200,000 house, and I'm 50 and he's 60. The thought if he died in the next 10 to 15 years, being 70, 75, which is normal age to pass, there would be a 30-year mortgage on there. So I'd have 15 more years to pay on it. I couldn't afford it. So we had a small insurance policy on it. Well, we both had nice vehicles, and it was about $1,000 a month for those vehicles. It was about $50,000 combined. Okay. And then with all the other bills and stuff, we got another $375 in life on them, so we could get a joint barrel plot too. And then I'd have money to live on if he died for the next 20, 30 years. And I'd be set. We were married 33 years. But he was, and then if we both died, the kids would be well taken care of. Because those were our kids. Everything we worked for in life, that would be theirs. Now that he's married this little 25-year-old girl from the drug cartel, or the call. Her and her family gets all that. My kids get nothing. Nothing. It all goes to her. My neighbor's like, do you want to... He's like, he's not so marrying her. She's what, 25? You look at the picture? Maybe a little more tops. And he's 64. There's 40 years difference. There's no future there. There's not. You can't raise kids together. You can't do anything. Said, do you think he'll make it 6 months? I said, I'd probably give him 2 years before she does something to him. He said, I bet the drug cartel does something faster. I said, well, he's so stupid where he was worth $500,000 dead, but the house and the insurance are probably close to $6 million. He would tell people he was worth $500,000 to $600,000 dead. He would tell people that. Or was it 275 life? And then the 200. But with his retirement fund, he was worth over $500,000 dead. And he would tell people that. He'd tell people in McDonald's. So it made him look big. I'm worth $500,000 dead. My one son told him, cut it out. You do realize you won't be here to spend it, right? You shouldn't tell people that. But he thought it made him look big. So he told people that. Well, he probably told the drug cartel that too. He's an easy mark. See, some of the officers that watch me, we already realized Dave's a target too, one of the main targets. Because you get him to marry one of those girls and then they off him. And then they got the money. They're killers. They're killing women and children. They're selling for sex slaves to human traffickers. How did he get money to go to Tokyo? We never, we were talking that summer when I got the house done to go out and get a job and help him hurry up and try to pay that mortgage off because we had a brand new 30-year mortgage. So he could retire in 10 years. Or pay it down enough that we could live comfortably. He just married. Where did he get money to go to Tokyo and stay there? We didn't have that kind of money because he sold me to the drug cartel. Dad let them sex traffic videos of me in the shower and bathroom, let men break in and drug me up, and I'd wake up with bruises and infected and throwing up and not realize I'd been drug, beaten, raped. He human trafficked me and he sold videos of it, and those FBI agents didn't arrest him for it. No, they made fun of a rape victim that was being human trafficked and scammed by the drug cartel. Mocked me on a recorded line. That's where other people are showing up. It's not funny. He pulled this here. Where Agent Will and John. You do realize, FBI Agent John, where they mocked him. In Lighthouse Tabernacle, June 7th, 23, FBI Agent John actually fell for the stun I tasted for. Oh, come on now. That FBI agent actually fell for stun I tasted for? You're kidding. And John really fell for it? Is that what's going on? Ha ha ha. They basically spit in his face and gave him the finger. Do you know they no longer follow me? They mocked him for a sap and a sucker. Do you know the Akron PD in, what was it, April or May when I started up in Akron? With my client, we're knocking on the doors and telling people not to say anything to me. And we all got phone calls. It's wrong to defraud anybody, especially victims. And they said, did you think that agent fell for the stunt? And that's before it came out that, and then I, their tapes before, and I thought, well, they mocked me for them. I didn't know what they were talking about. They're laughing how I didn't know about this guy, Pete. Stops, you don't know. They're laughing at me, calling out my rapist's name on a recorded line that I never met. Do you realize how sick that is for those agents to do this? My ex hired a hitman to drug me and rape me. Hired a hitman. And to frame me. And instead of arresting him, were laughing at me how I didn't know where. By the second week, I go out to mow the lawn and I almost collapsed in front of the neighbor. I kept saying, I don't know what's wrong with me. I got bruises. I can't explain. I'm throwing up. I've been dizzy at different times, almost passing out in front of people. I don't know what's wrong with me. My heart would race through my neck. They're lucky they didn't stop my heart. Then the severe swollen personal infection. He was human trafficking me. He's in the drug cartel. And they're laughing at me about this guy, Pete, that he had hired on his own. Do you know if you hire a hitman to harm or kill someone, it's 10 years. Illegal monitoring, 7. Stalking is cyber stalking. Huh? Do you know if you drug somebody up and you try to get money out of it, do you realize how long a crime that is, let alone beat, rape them, and sell sex traffic videos of them on porn sites? How fast were they to be arrested? Not make fun of the victim, how they're photoshopping washing scenes and roofie confessions. Not make fun of a victim that's being framed. And they were, and I'm asking what's going on. Stop, laughing at me for my rapist on a recorded line that I hadn't met yet. That's a serial rapist, breaking in people's home, drug, beating, raping them, and running scams on them. It's a big scam from the drug dealers. Nobody can be in your home. I think they think our local police are so stupid that where my friend from the prosecutor's office is a fraud scheme here and they can't do any of that. That's where I think they think that the local police are so stupid that the drug cartel can break in people's homes, roofie them so they're sleepwalking, and tell them to say something stupid, and then Photoshop a washing scene and laugh in the victim's face and then other people for falling for a drug scam. And get away with human trafficking people in front of them. I think that they think that they would fall for it. See, I don't think that John fell for it. I think he was in it with Will. See, that's where they even ask him, do you think that John was part of it? And he said, we've tried to ask him. They want to answer those questions. See, other people have showed up. See, I wrote the president. Ask him very nicely, send him my social. I called the hotline. And an agent called me back and and I didn't call him back till around September 27th, 18 on a recorded line. This is how he talked to me. And then he opened a real case and fed me to a drug cartel. And you have him, and he took my money. And there's people off in the distance where they're mocking me, admitting they're selling the videos of the case, and that other agent, Will, is going to lie for him. And they're laughing at me. You can hear them in the back while I do a video one day. They're out there screaming crazy crap at me. Yeah. Told you, in Walmart 62 on October 6, 23, some lady said, we talked to those officers that watch her, those men that watch her. Yes. They said she's never said she did anything wrong before. The only thing these people have is stalking tapes where they admit to drugging her and telling her to say it before. Where they admit to photoshopping everything and making everything up on her before. And where that other girl, October 4th, 23, 11 to noon in Massillon, was breaking that agent Will stealing for her, okay? Where that girl, it was bragging the other day, that one guy from the case is stealing for her. He actually is. It's his girlfriend, so she won't tell his wife. And that's where, even up on Akron, on Thursday, just a couple days ago, there was an investigator in Bueller, and said they found the tape of where they said retired Judge Pete ordered everything to be drugged and photoshopped and made up on her. Nobody to say a word. And they found the tape of them admitting a shower scene in the other room was done on purpose to make her look weird. That's May 26, 22 at noon. The other one is in February and March of 22. My car's parked. My client, Navarre, her next door neighbor, they called and told her that. She told the police last year. The police already recorded them. My car's parked. It'll pick up 3 parking lots away. They also got the May 12th, 22 of the shower scene done on purpose. Or we found a tape of them admitting a shower scene in the other room. Because March 2nd to the 3rd, 21, they said they were going to put clips together, put me in a porn. It's not her, it's them. Don't worry about her. And then they started describing things that didn't happen. Then it's like, well, that sounds like showering. I go outside to smoke. She figured out what they did. Ha, 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 ha. They found that tape. Just like they found the tape of them admitting to framing me in March 24, 22, and all the drugs in told to say it in front of the cops since the first month of the case. Okay? They already knew I was drugged and framed before, and it was the drug cartel. See, one thing, it's the other drug cartels from out of state. It's the Florida, the Texas, the Michigan, the Georgia. See, that's one thing, the Ohio Mafia. Unless you're doing drugs from them or buying prostitutes or something that work for them, they left us alone. They may shoot up each other, they may whatever, but they left us alone. The other drug cartels came here 5 years ago and went wild and ran a big scam off my case where that agent opened. He straightened that one girl that was in it with a Florida group where she's saying Will's stealing for her. Okay? She's in it with the human traffickers. Everybody's seen them in town, the big truck guys from Florida. They were telling everybody they were drug traders and human traffickers. There was 2 blonde girls with big chests heavy set. We grew up with nothing, so we'll make sure she has nothing. I don't know them from jack shit. That's sick. Okay? Well, one's lost a lot of weight, went down to 14, 16. The other one's still heavy. Okay? And the thinner one is dating that Asian. And even the cops are saying that's his girlfriend. Some of the teenage kids that had the login said the only thing Will's girlfriend has going on for her, she's got a big chest. She's the one having everybody call me fat and ugly. Nice, huh? Okay, like I said, were those people from Michelle not keeping an eye on Dave? He had to get a passport. He had to pack his bags. He had to go to the airport. Who wasn't watching him? Then are you just scamming everybody? You're just finding out. Or is it Michelle's friends that still thought they were helping her and weren't keeping an eye on that? Because Michelle even confessed everything was Photoshopped September 3rd, 23. People were talking outside Walmart up in Hartville. Even Michelle has confessed they Photoshopped everything before. We all heard it. That John better be fixing this. The Akron PD thought it was John doing it. I think it's John Amwell. Stealing from victims. Everybody turn him in. It's the other drug cartel scamming people. It's a big sextortion scheme. Think about it. A drug cartel being hired to break in somebody's home and stalk them. Huh? Photoshopping and washing scenes, clicking and pasting, roofies, you're sleepwalking, lining up sodium pentothal reports, beating, raping women, and you guys not finding it repulsive but laughing at the victim? There's nothing funny about that. Then selling a victim on porn sites. And you know why they did it? They thought they were helping Michelle get the house and jewelry. They would brag her friends they were helping for Michelle. They were helping themselves. You know, my one neighbor, Mike, that got roofied in a bar and drove around high all night, lost a whole night. He said he had a girlfriend. He went over and they were together. And she had little teddy bears sitting around. Didn't think anything of it. About a month or two later, she has 50 grand. But how'd you get so much money? Said, well, you know, that night, I sold this on several porn sites. He's like, you did what? She's like, look at all the money I made. He broke up with her. He said there's no reason to report her, though, with it being on different porn sites, I would have reported and put it on mass in jail. But I think the male pride thing. Now I want you to think they human trafficked me and sold videos. They raped and tortured, sold videos. Think of that. And they sold an FBI case where they said they were selling it for $25 a pop. They used to call it Karen porn. Or the woman too stupid for another man. Because I'm their victim. They're calling me stupid for being a victim. Everybody turn them in. I was found innocent of everything in 18. My grandkids told everyone I was the sweetest grandma there ever was and the best grandma ever was. Some lady said I even talked to her grandkids later. She's one of the nicest people you'd ever meet. Yeah. My kids spoke very highly of me. They didn't know their father was having their mother drug beat and raped by the drug cartel. That's sick. And sold on porn sites. That would make them an accessory. That's sick. And the police have already asked my kids about knowing about like shower scenes. And then I got even with Danny and Jen on Christmas Eve for 22. My phone's tapped. I asked him, I said, do you know where they kicked in the door on the 6th day while we were at the storage unit? Yeah. Dave said it was another realtor passing out keys. Yes. I said, do you know they set up button cameras stalking me and Dave? No. I said, did you know about a shower scene in the other room to make me look weird with myself? No. I said, did you know where I had the giant bruises and I almost passed out in front of the neighbor by the second week? Yes. I said, do you remember I had a headache and I was throwing up? And did you know that they were drugging me with roofies and beating me and telling me I was some kind of weirdo molester before? She's like, no, I thought you were working too hard and you bruised too easy. I didn't know any of it. Okay? My son's mouth is dropping open. My grandkids come out of the room. Grandma, none of us, is that what's going on? Nobody knew about that. See what I mean? That would have been sick and made them an accessory. And the police already recorded it. Well, because my phone's tapped. They didn't know. Nobody knew what their father was doing. I told you, my son John defended me on Thanksgiving of 2018 when the ones that were making up mean games to pretend. They're documenting me games to pretend. That they wanted the house for Auntie Shaw and Papa Grandma needed to get out. And then later on to Florida, they made everything up. Okay? That's, and I asked him what's going on, and he's like, I don't know, Mom, Melissa just having to make up something because of the divorce, and probably the church people too. It could never be anything bad. Don't worry about it. She could never say anything bad about you. Okay? He defends me. Dave defends me. I recorded him. So did the police. Karen, you're good to the kids. You're good to the grandkids. You wouldn't hurt anyone. You're good to everyone, no matter who it is. I expected him. Joshy defended me, and so did Danny. Flora ratted him out October 23rd, 2019. Of course, it never happened. Of course, it wasn't true. We made it up. It was games of pretend. Found everybody they were lying in the basement pretending. The police already came up to me how stupid Melissa was. I guess I was fishing with Dave. She didn't check where I was, and a bunch of different other lies they made up, and that they just make up something, call me a bad word. My God, when I found out, I was horrified. I would have spanked my children. If Flora wouldn't have stayed, I'd never known. But they're documenting me jokes. October 5th, 21 in Huntington Bank, they were still talking about her lying. They used to even say out in the mall, she's nothing but old news. Okay? They were talking about her lying in there. I go to leave with my client. He's like, who's that crazy Melissa? They all talk about lying all the time. And I said, ex-law friends with ex's girlfriend had the kids make up some mean games of pretending from the police. He's like, she's crazy. I said, I know she is. They were chanting as we drove by. Different people outside. Those kids made all that shit up. I know they did. And 21 May, I went out of state. And I was in Pennsylvania now where they sold the login. Girls in the gas station were looking at the phone and said, oh my goodness, that Kurt found out those kids are lying. He's going to kill her. I'm like, Kurt's slow, right? I came home and now I know my car's bugged and I know the police have it too. Sit outside the Stark County Sheriff's is like, Kurt's slow, right? If he just found out they got caught stating in a legally bugged house on Thanksgiving of 18 that they were making everything up to Flora and they were games of pretend. He just found out they were lying. He's slow, right? 2 sheriffs walked out, yelled out, if Kurt just found out those kids are lying, he is slow. By, was it June or July of 21, I went to go to Illinois. They had the login. Some guy in the gas station said that guy Kurt gave up going after anything in life against you. That was 21. Got it? I told you March 23rd, 23, they still have it at Walmart 62. 2 of the investigators yelled out. We interviewed her whole family a long time ago. She's never hurt anyone, nor did anybody ever see anything. Same thing on June 23rd to July 4th of 21 by the Payne Island Walmart 62. Same cops. We interviewed her whole family a long time ago. She's never hurt anyone. And then girls in front of them. Oh my goodness, those boys had a drug her to make her say that stuff. Nobody mentions those tapes while we're out. While they've been admitting in front of the cops since 18, they thought they could fool them. That they had sodium pentothal reports, true serum. They were reviewing me. Like they said, it wasn't even funny. They said they had that. Can't even get it. And then on top of it, you lie under it. They thought they were stupid. I told you they were even admitting to photoshopping feminine wipies above the toilet in the other room to make me look weird. Then they finally came out and said it was a shower scene. They already know I'm drugged and framed in stocking tapes by the drug cartel. I told you they mocked FBI agent John June 7th, 23 in Walmart 62, 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. How they fooled him. Eric already confessed. One of the drug dealers, November 18th, 22, Walmart 62, by the hair salon, that everything was him and not me, and done for a stunt for people to turn on me, and they fell for it. Ha 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 ha. They have publicly mocked everybody for falling for this. And then as a victim, I like to know, with today's technology, other sheriffs and other police officers out of this area, they're like, are your local police low? Everything's digital. They can Photoshop everything from words to scenes. You got a good enough computer, you can do anything. I want you to think about that. There's even apps you can do it on your phone. That's where it's ridiculous. Now, I'm going to go ahead and upload this, and they have mocked people publicly. June 30th, 23, they were talking about that Eric being at a party, making fun of everybody, how he made fools of all of these people and fooled them into helping out. And they keep telling people, and they show videos of them mocking him to him. And then mocking the feds, and then daring the feds to fix it on July 9th, 23. And then they keep telling everybody, like October 6th, 23 in Walmart 62, 8:45 to 9:15. That is just that agent stealing. And they already said it December 2nd, 22 in Alliance. And they have set it up in Akron and in Massillon. It's him stealing, embezzling government funds from victims. I'm going to upload this.